This afternoon on BBC WM. I'm joined in the studio now by Rod Ling. Rod is a former teacher at Moseley School, and he's written a fictional novel set in the school, or a school, called If These Walls Could Whisper. Now, not long after he wrote the book, Rod was diagnosed with terminal kidney cancer. So proceeds from the book are now helping to raise money for Cancer Research UK and the QE Hospital. Rod, very good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Adrian. I'm pretty good, thank you.
Tell me about this book then, If These Walls Could Whisper. Is it directly inspired by your time at Moseley School?
It's certainly directly inspired by the history and the heritage of the school buildings. I don't know if you know, but there is a wonderful old mid-Victorian college building which is actually part of the school. And it's that building in particular that I have spent a lot of time researching, and which provided the inspiration, I guess, for the novel. But the novel is also about young people, and it's aimed at a teenage market in the hope that they would find it of interest. It's meant to be a bit of a page-turner. It's not a deep or complex novel, but it has a serious point to make.
Yeah, and it's, I suppose, the teenager exploring the history of these school buildings. They find a long-lost letter, and they start finding things about the heritage of the school, but I guess ultimately the people who lived there in Victorian times. Yeah,
as I say, the building is over 160 years old and has gone through a variety of usages. It started life as a college for the training of ministers for the nonconformist church, but it has also been a barracks, a health spa, an orphanage, and a training centre for wounded ex-servicemen from the First World War. And all that prior to becoming a school in 1923.
So what are the kids doing in the book then? Are they tangling, I don't know, with supernatural forces?
Not supernatural forces, but part of the story is that they meet a sinister force in the shape of a fundamentalist religious group which is based in Oxford at the college that is connected with the one in Binghamton, not Birmingham, but Binghamton. Because it's a fictional account, I mean, I play fast and loose with the history to some extent, but the history underpins the story. But the kids increasingly come to appreciate that they are up against sinister forces.
And how long were you a teacher there, Rod?
More than 20 years, 21 years.
What were you teaching?
Latterly, I was teaching psychology, health and social care, mostly in the upper school, but my responsibilities were for special needs, gifted and talented kids, and those who were excluded from the classroom because of behavioural difficulties.
Okay, that's quite interesting. And were you one of those people who sort of always had it in your mind that you would write a novel one day?
Yeah, I guess so. I've experimented, you might say, with writing over the years, poetry, short stories, but I wanted to find out whether I could use the material I'd acquired through research to write something that would appeal to young people. I wanted to reach young people, but I wanted it to be something that would also appeal to the young person in adults as well. So the aim was to reach a wider readership than just young people. But can I just add that for kids at schools like Moseley, mostly from the inner city, I also believe there's a serious issue about identity. And I'm very keen that a connection can be made between the intake of the school today and its earlier time. I think in that way young people can see themselves as part of the story, literally part of the story, and that helps to establish or bring about a sense of identity which connects them to Moseley to Birmingham and to Britain. It's part of a British identity by making stories that include kids like those that I used to teach rather than exclude them.
Rod, you contracted or found that you had kidney cancer after you left the school, is that right? After you, presumably you retired, did you?
Yeah, I retired a year early when I was 59 years of age, partly in order to write the novel, because it was something that I wanted to do. But it was not long after writing the manuscript that I was diagnosed with kidney cancer, and for that reason, publishing or trying to get the book published went on to the back burner.
And was that a diagnosis that came completely out of the blue?
Absolutely, completely out of the blue. I mean, I was believe it or not, when you look at me today, I was a fully functioning human being. You know, you can't work as a teacher without that being the case. So it came completely out of the blue. Yeah.
You talk about how you are now. I mean, you know, you're not doing too badly, are you?
Well, I'm not doing too badly. Perhaps this is a good day, but I mean, I've had other diagnoses since the kidney cancer. I have a degenerative spinal condition, and to cap it all, because I felt I needed a set of 3, I've also been diagnosed with Parkinson's. All of these conditions are independent of each other.
Gosh.
So it's quite a package, really, to be coping with.
Sledgehammer, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And no doubt, you know, to show your gratitude for the help you've had, you're trying to raise money for cancer research now in the QE hospital in Birmingham from the proceeds of the book.
Yeah, the cancer centre at the QE and other aspects of the QE operation is just incredible. The standard of care that I've received, I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for them. I'm already, in a sense, living on borrowed time, because statistically I shouldn't be here by now. Over 3 years ago, I was given statistically the fact that most people have just over 2 years to live in my condition. So I'm already beating the odds, and that must be due to the kind of standard of care that I've had, and if I can add to her embarrassment, the help, love and support of my wife, Diana.
Listen, it's a great legacy, whatever. If These Walls Could Whisper by Rod Ling, presumably available in all good local bookshops?
No, this is self-published, but it is available on Amazon.
Okay, If These Walls Could Whisper, it's called, yeah?
Yeah, so it can be searched by the title or by my name.
Rod Ling.
And it's available on Kindle or on print on demand.
Okay, well, brilliant. Well, good luck to you with it, Rod. Thank you. A bit of summer holiday reading for me. If These Walls Could Whisper by Rod Ling, former teacher at Moseley School. The proceeds from that will go to Cancer Research UK and the QE Hospital. Many thanks for coming in, and good luck to you, Rod.
Thank you, Adrian.
BBC WM, it's 11 minutes to 12.
Adrian Goldburg
on BBC WM
95.6.
The voice of Birmingham and the Black Country.